Hey, what's up? What's up, man? Today is August 25th, 2025. This is Brothers in Arms. Uh Today's title is The Test a Man Must Pass. I know we all been asked this or been told this before once. Um to man up, to stop crying, to be a real man. But yeah, have you ever asked yourself what is a real man? Like you feel like you're doing everything right. You're the best father. You know what I'm saying. You paying almost all the bills. You feel in every category. You're doing everything right. So, what is a real man? So um, we gonna get into that today.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So yeah. So according to the Bible, there are many different types of men in the world. Some strong, some gentle, some providers, some leaders, some broken, some healed. But in the Bible, doesn't call any man, though God doesn't call a man to fit into society's categories. He's called him to characters and faithfulness. That's why scripture gives one clear standard. No matter his personality, gifts, or background, a real man is one who seeks God first and leads his family towards him. Everything else, strength, provision, courage, teaching is expression of that. So, as I just read, it sounds so simple to be a real man. All you gotta
Ye-
do is just lead your family towards him. That doesn't sound hard at all. Um, you have to also live by example, make choices that reflect God's like principles, treat people with love, and it's about service. Men are put here to pour into others,
Mm,
and that's when it becomes very hard.
yeah,
When you
yep.
try to fill all those different categories, it becomes a challenge. You know what I'm saying? So y'all have
Mm-hmm.
anything y'all want to add to that? Just let me know.
Yeah, that's real good. Oh, go ahead, Jeron. I don't want to steal the show.
You ain't stealing no show. You giving your input, Kev, so go ahead.
Well, I was just about to say, man, that's good, because us, a lot of men just, think that just, leading their family, is all that is needed, but like John was saying, you have to, pour into people as well as you're on that journey, and you have to serve, you have to do things outside of your home as well, not everything doesn't have to be enclosed in your home, but that's where it should start, because that's where you get your practice, that's where you practice for the outside world, because you're gonna leave home with that same attitude, so you start at home. So that's a good call out, because a lot of men just, leave at home, that's great. But what you're doing outside of home, what you're doing on the outside, and what you're doing on the outside and bringing back home, so you got to make those things, balance out. You can't be doing one thing at home and then you get outside around other people and you're a totally different person. So that's a lot of challenges men face. That's those are challenges I faced in my lifetime. And I had to realize, like, man, how you're performing at home, you need to be performing like this outside of home as well. You can't be looking like you're two different people. Then you get around these people and they'll be like, I ain't never seen him act like that, or I ain't never known him to be like that, and that's how a lot of men are, people get around them and they get around some other people and they don't even recognize them. Like, who is this person, So yeah, that's real big, So I feel that's a very huge focus around us as men for sure.
Hey, what's up, Sean? I see Sean, you in here, man. This my homeboy, man. I'm happy you slid in here, bro. I know you in the back just checking us out, but I'm happy to see you, man.
Yes, sir, Sean. Welcome, man.
Yeah, what's
Yes,
going on?
yeah,
Yeah, welcome, Sean.
yeah. So, man, like I said, like you just said, Kev, you have to. It can't be a double. You can't have a double mind. You know what I'm saying?
Yep,
Outside the
yep.
home, and then you at work, and then you on the internet. You just a different person. I had to check myself about that. You know what I'm saying? Because
Mm-hmm.
it's times where I'm just around different people. So you got to entertain them, but if you're on a journey to do better, you got to stay there. Like sometimes you can be gone so good, and
Mm-hmm.
in order to entertain different people, you got to come back down to their level. But we on a journey to try to do better and be high value men,
Yeah.
godly men, and you ain't supposed to be entertaining foolishness. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Right, I'm trying to bring peace where I go. Anywhere I go, I'm bringing peace. I'm
Oh yeah.
showing love. You know what I'm saying? That's how a man should be. I don't know if it's like that because when they get older, but hey, it's like I got to just be happy with everybody, man.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
That's the way God wanted to be. That's the way that's the way we got to that's what we got to be. We got to be men that wanna just show the best, to bring the best out of each other. You want to bring the best out of yourself, no matter where you at.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I feel like sometimes, you got men just feel like they in competition when they don't have to. Like if you got some real friends, you don't have to be in competition. We all here to learn, just like everybody in this group, we all here to learn. We ain't trying to compete. We ain't trying to do nothing, but you know what I'm saying? But we will keep each other accountable too.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
facts.
Accountability, And so
Amen.
like that's why I had to learn, man. Like I was telling my wife a couple of days ago, like, man, it took me years, it took me years how to adjust my anger, how I walk, how I talk to people and everything, man. It took me years to like be a receptive type person. So
Mm-hmm.
now, what I'm saying, now that I worked on myself, man, like now, man, everywhere I go, everybody know that, like, man, if Jeron mad at you, man, you really done something that bother everybody. So like so just like a group that I'm in, what I'm saying? This guy, what I'm saying, he done me wrong or whatever, but it's cool. I was gonna spaz out on him, but I want him to tell the group of what he did so he can be responsible with his own actions, And instead of me, snapping on him and everything, I turn back around, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, you know what I'm saying? This ain't got nothing to do with me, but you gonna apologize to everybody in the group because if you hurt one person in the group, you hurt everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's just because how you like, how you do people. So me, I'm always watching, seeing who I talk to, like just my vocabulary in general, you know what I'm saying? Like I know I do like cussing here and there, but man, some stuff, I ain't even gotta cuss all the time, man. You know, it's just your words, man. Your words can hurt people too. So that's another thing too. But I just wish that men, would stop like being in competition and just, what I'm saying, be yourself, um, but that's just me, man. And then stay off these doggone podcasts, man. These podcasts be hurting you too. Like, I mean, podcasts is a good thing, but man, some of these podcasts, man, how they talk about men this, women this, men should do this, do that. It's sometimes just negative, man. So you gotta really like find some positive stuff as well.
That's right.
Man, you must have gave my boy the slideshow. That's what we talking about tonight.
No, I ain't give it to
Oh boy,
him.
this boy already a buzz. This boy already ahead, man.
Oh man, I ain't know, man. I'm just speaking what I've been learning, man, throughout the
Nah, man,
years,
but
man.
like that comes with growth, man. Like, cause it's easy to spaz off on somebody. It's gonna take work to not say something. You know what I'm saying? So that takes a whole lot of
Mhm.
work. Yeah, yeah. That's it for this one. So like in this picture right here, as you see, is so many different men, right? Uh, So this is why I feel like a lot of men fall short because each man is exposed to different experience in life. All as you can see, is one man. He's a man that nowadays they're considered a high value man if he can get multiple women. You got another man that he microphones all in his face. Maybe he's knowledgeable. He can speak. He can talk real good. Some men they go to jail, and if their name ain't on paperwork, if they ain't talking, if they did their time, they consider themselves a real man. You know what I'm saying? So even some men pride themselves on having materialistic things, the chains, the cars, all these different things. But what would happen when all these things are removed? This is why it's so important to stay connected to the source, which is God. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Amen.
Proverbs 22:6 says, train up a child in the way he should go. Even when he is old, he will not depart from it. So I feel like it's times, bro, where you can be like this 14-year-old kid, right? And your mom would just give you a tablet and just tell you just go stroll, get out of my face. But we don't even understand what we exposing these kids to. We opening their minds to our worlds and making inside of their mind is a whole illusion now once they grow up. And so, like we just said before this, we need to try to train the kid. Like a lot of kids today ain't being trained. A lot of kids ain't even being told who God is. So, of course, you're gonna see different men like this because they don't know who God is. You know what I'm saying? That's my perspective on whenever I made this slideshow with all these different men. This is why it's so many different men today in today's world who they pride themselves on materialistic money, ego, pride, all these different things, but none of them are connected to the source, which is God, love, giving. Like I just said, pouring back into one another, pouring back into the world. It's none of that going on. And then you got the internet that makes it even more worse. Like Jeron just said, all these podcasts. So if you have, we're gonna talk about five senses. If you got people that's feeding that into your mind all day and you hearing that, of course, over time it's going to become your reality. Somebody can chime in on that. What y'all think about that?
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
chime in
bro.
on it. Oh, you can go.
You, I ain't gonna take long, but man, bro, I'm just speaking on the whole topic overall today. I really ain't got much to say, bro. I'm really in listening mode right now, cause you just talking a lot of talk. You talking some good talk today, bro. You really taking over like how Julian will come in, man. You speaking some good stuff. But yeah, most definitely though, man. When you say uh a lot of people don't really know who God is. You know what I'm saying? I felt you when you said that, and this this picture that's up. You know what I'm saying? All the different type of men. That's most definitely what the case is right now in the world today, bro. Um, but I mean, other than that though, like I agree with you, man. You killing it today, man. You right on point with it.
Man, I got that from you, man. You told me
Appreciate it,
step.
John.
You told me step up, man. I'm trying to step up, man. That's all.
You're doing a good job, John.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying. Yeah.
No,
So, as you can see, man, a lot of these men, bro, they into materialistic things, man. So, if you're not connected to the source, of course, you're gonna be thinking about self. You're gonna think about self the entire time. You're not thinking about God. And not saying that you don't need money, because we need money. That's a tool. You need to be working on your body. You need to, like, if you want a car, you can go get a car. But you need to also understand who provided that, who gave that. Like, where did that come from? You didn't, some people believe that they're God. So that's why I put that together, because I feel like, man, we need to, as men, need to understand where we get our power from, because um it's God and then it's men, man. Like, it's God, then it's man, and we supposed to be hand to hand. That's where we get our power from.
Yeah, man, and half of the time, like, like as you mentioned, social media and stuff, like half of the time, like pretty much men feed off of men that they're watching, So if you got these high rank, whatever they call themselves in the way of this
Supposedly.
world, yeah, supposedly high rank men, and they aren't saying a word about God, saying a word about praying, what else will men feed off of, So they're feeding off the way these men are doing things, and with them not mentioning, God, mentioning praying. That's why they're following that trend, and they're keeping God out of everything they do, because they aren't seeing this. They aren't seeing this from men that they're watching on a daily basis, So I kind of wanted to throw that in there because I'm seeing that a lot, as far as in like men living the way of the world as well.
Hey John, I like when you say that I ain't connected to the source too. I never heard nobody say that, bro. That's that's a cold lit line right there. But the truth though, I feel you when you say that. Like I definitely know where you coming from.
Yeah, I feel like also, man, like who is your motivator too, your influencer, because like you got people, saying they listen to the music and they just feel like they can do the same thing that the person in the music doing. I'm gonna take it for example, Future, man. This dude, man, he raps about doing mollies, drinking dirty Sprite and all that kind of stuff. And you just feel like, man, I'm gonna be like him. Whole time, this man ain't even doing it. like,
Right,
like,
right,
like this man ain't even drinking. He ain't doing nothing. He just make it look good. You know what I'm saying? So you can go do it. But it just like, man, like sometimes, what I'm saying, people just gotta watch, what I'm saying, who they listening to. Yes, the music might be cool, but don't be influenced about, what he's rapping about. You could be better than that. You see what it's doing to him. That's why he quit. In one of his interviews, he mentioned that he quit doing it because it was messing him up. But you know what I'm saying? But if it's messing you up, then don't make music about it. But like I say, he does it because his persona, he afraid that if he loses persona, he'll lose his fans, then he'll lose his money. So you know what I'm saying? So he's all about fame, fortune, and all that kind of stuff. So when we say not connected to the source, he definitely ain't
Most
connected to the
man,
source.
you hit it on the head with that one.
Yeah, and it's like,
right,
it's
right,
like a lot of artists don't even want to rap about the stuff, but it's what's making them money. So that's why they have to, that's why they feel like they have to continue to stay on that topic or stay on that subject.
right.
Oh, I forgot, man. So John, you mentioned about, what I'm saying, explaining the Bible to your kids. Like, how do you do that? Because of the fact that, like, what I finna say, what kind of scriptures you gotta read to your kid, you know what I'm saying, for them to like the ground floor. How you set that ground floor? I mean,
So
praying is
I feel
cool.
I feel like just how we doing it tonight, you gotta chop it down like elementary. You gotta make it easy.
Make it simple.
You gotta make it simple. You gotta have it as if, like, make it engaging. Like I just did them pictures. It makes you look at it a certain way. Like, yeah, man, I ain't really looked at it. It's all these different men. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I I have high schoolers and I have a middle school and some elementary. So I have to make it engaging. You know what I'm saying? So if I got son, I call you Kel. I'm gonna just call you Kel. I saw them something on Instagram with a dude. They said why in Bible study, and he was chopping down Cain and Abel, and he was talking as if he was a YN, right? He was like, man, yeah, man, Cain brought God one of them old petty what you call it? What he gave him? Offering. He brought God an old petty offering. Abel, he got all the praise and da 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 da. He was breaking it down in their terms, so where we can understand it, and that's what I do with my kids. I make it fun. I chop it down to the finest of the, because I mean I'm still learning. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm an expert at what I'm doing, but I give it to them like fine, like real simple. All right, so the next slide, we're gonna talk about five senses. Your five senses are the natural ways God designed your body to experience and interact with the world. They are powerful gateways that can shape your thoughts, emotions, and even your spiritual walk. So, like we just said about the podcast, like what we hearing about that, like it can shape how you gonna think about women. Cause it was a time, bro, I was sitting at truck, cause I drive trucks all day, and I would listen to baby mamas in court and taking I would listen to a lot of stuff, and it would spill into my soul. And my wife would be like, "Man, what are you listening to that for?" Like, you know what I'm saying? And over time, I was like, "Yeah, she's right." Like, the more you listen to stuff, it taps into your subconscious mind. You know what I'm saying? Your touch, like a lot of people today is addicted to just having sex. And it's all about a touch. You know what I'm saying? It's a feeling. They're addicted to that. A taste, gluttony. A lot of people want to just eat, and wonder why they ain't losing no weight. You know what I'm saying? The sight, stuff that you experience with your eyes, it automatic at one point in time, it can shape your vision. It can make you look at the world a whole different way, bro. I used to be into what you call it, like Illuminati podcasts. Like they'll talk about this person is the devil and all that. So I feel like the more you listen and hear a lot of these things, bro, it'll start to shape who you are. And you know what I'm saying? You can become scared about a whole bunch of things because you just tapped into stuff that you ain't supposed to be looking at versus just looking at good stuff, interacting with like lately I've been back on my motivation. I've been trying to listen to a whole bunch of like gospel rap just to try to feel my spirit back in the right way. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's just we don't even pay attention to our five senses like that. I know I don't. Like I was like, okay, and as I started to do a little bit of research on this, I was like, bro, this is really like connected to the brain. It's connected to your soul. It's connected to your nervous system. So it's very important that you guard all five of these senses. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yes, sir. That's real good, John.
I'm I'm gonna say this too, John, man. I feel you on it, man. I know it was probably like I don't even think you was on here earlier. But we were just talking, like, kind of talking about like the music, and I was saying that I really had stopped listening to rap music other than when I work out, and ever since then, it's like I don't like when you listen to that rap 9 times out of 10, unless you listen to gospel, like the type of vibe what they gonna be on. You know what I'm saying? Same old most time gonna be the same topic. But
Yeah.
anyway, I thought about it the other day. Man, I kid you not, bro. Other than when I went to work out, and this was like months ago when I had said that, it got to the point now to like I just not whenever I get in the car and I go to work, I wouldn't listen to it not right around here. But not sometimes I like when I get on the highway now, especially like to go back home, visit my mom and stuff, like bro, I drive all the way there just like with the window down, just no music. All the way back the same way. And when I do listen to music like when I work out, it's like it just be to get my just to keep me from hearing myself breathing. But as soon as I'm done, I'm the first thing I do heavy up and cut it off, get out of my ear like that's it. But it
Well,
And
just
like and like as you doing it, like, cause I do that too. I'm finna, like, at least you can know, like, you can hold yourself accountable. You know, you just doing it for the beat. Are you
yeah,
doing it just to get your body moving, just to
that's it.
work out?
And,
But
and when Go ahead.
Your mind is strong enough. Like some people's mind is not strong enough to even. They're not even able to even understand what these people are talking about. And like for instance, when we were talking about the 14-year-old kid at the beginning, like a 14-year-old kid, he can't comprehend what Future's talking about with a Molly. He really want to go pop a Molly. But
The only
us as
way.
grown men, we just want that beat. We want to move. We just want to like be able to
That's it.
move our bodies. So that's basically what it is.
Pretty
That's all
pretty
I like. That's
pretty
all I
much
like is the beat.
pretty much, yeah. So and that's me, man. And I figured that out too. Like Cody, you know, I've been messing around with the beats for the longest. Like
Mm-hmm.
now like I hear a song and I know the lyrics might be trash, but I be focusing on the beat. But to make a long story short though, man, the reason I do that now, and I don't like do that to try to I just do that because I like the vibe that I get without, you know what I'm saying, without hearing it. Like, man, it's like everything just be so much brighter, be so much sunny outside. It don't be no negativity that cross my mind. Like for real, bro. I definitely feel you on the five senses, especially like you know what you see and what you hear. And yeah, I mean especially like far as what I see, man
Yeah,
get up,
it's just about being aware. Hold yourself,
yeah,
just be aware. Like we in the world, you know what I'm saying? It's
oh
not
yeah,
gonna be perfect, but at
nah,
the same time, when you're trying to like do
you got
right, and when you're trying, you know what's wrong and you know what's right.
yeah,
That's mainly
yeah,
what it is.
yeah. You just gotta find what works for you, man. And that's what that's what bro, I'm telling you, man. I don't know if anybody else be having like just sometimes they wake up and they might be down or they just have negative stuff, but bro, staying away from that rap, like man, it do something for me.
Oh yeah, that rap, man. Like I say, I'm a rapper,
Hey,
so
I
I
can
already know.
listen to rap. I'm 6 years old. I'm still praying to God for to get me stop me from listening to rap. But it's like this. I listen to rap, but I don't know what they saying. I like music. I like good music with a beat now, but I don't just constantly listen to it. Some rap just ain't worth listening to.
Right.
But back in the day, you can understand rap way better than you could now. Like in the
Oh yeah.
'80s, man, you could understand almost every word they say. Now these guys are so smart, man. They just know what to say and know what to do, and it's kind of hard for an older person to comprehend. But these younger people, they can pick right up with it. That's why they shouldn't listen to it.
And it's because, older rap was, slower tempo. So
Yeah,
that's how you was
yeah.
able to understand then. But
It
now,
was
it's so much, it's fast paced, up tempo. They got 808s, all type of different type of beat templates now.
Yeah, like today, man, I'm driving the truck. I normally don't listen to the radio, but I decided I'm gonna put it on today. And it was Gorilla, Sexy Red, all kind of different people. So it made me think, bro. I was like, okay, it's like I say, these five senses is bigger than just five senses. Is they trying to like shape your mind. Like it's like these senses are connected to your mind, to your mindset, the way that you think. Like if you hear Gorilla saying, I take your man and all this other stuff, like okay, if a girl continuously listen to that, now she like, okay, this person may be trying to take my man. Like, so it's just to me, you can listen to it for the beat, but like, don't. I feel like the more you listen to that, the more you're gonna try to become that. In my opinion,
But what's crazy is, John, as I look at this, right, how it's set up right here, it looks like a controller, like which button are you
facts,
gonna push? It
facts.
look like a controller. Cause you
And
can,
when you,
you have a thought before each one of these, so which button are
yeah,
you gonna push?
yeah, yeah. And so when you can go to the next slide, it'll show you the picture, bro. All this is connected to your brain, like all of it. Our senses are indeed profound tools that connect us to the world and to give divine acting as pathways through which we can deepen our faith and understanding. Sight guide us to focus on purity and truth, reminding us that what we view can influence our heart and our minds. Hearing as a critical element of faith, encouraging us to listen attentively to God's word, building our trust and wisdom. Touch not only allows us to experience the physical world, but also serves and bless others, following the example of Jesus' healing hands. Smell often linked to worship and devotion in scripture, symbolizing the pleasing aroma of a life lived in faithfulness and prayer. Lastly, taste invites us to savor the goodness of God, drawing a scripture nourishment from his word and provision. Together, these senses enrich our spiritual journey, offering us opportunities to honor and connect with God in everyday life. So that's crazy how, like, whenever I was reading that, I was like, bruh, like how this picture is designed, and like I already knew that all this was connected to the brain and to the nervous system, but just to read it out loud and to understand that, bro, like how you just said, it's a controller, bro. Like if you pay attention to these songs, even what we eating, even what we like, the thing that we like to entertain and touch, bro, is a controller. You know
It
what I'm
make
saying?
oh sorry, John, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
You go ahead.
I was just about to say it makes sense though because like each time you use one of these things, it go, you think about it. It flows right to your brain. The minute you smell something, you thinking like, what am I smelling? When you hear something, you're thinking, what am I hearing? It's flowing right to your brain. The minute you taste something, you're like, what this taste? Like I'm not sure what this tastes like. It tastes like somebody tasted before or something. So like it's illustrated, it's thinking involved with each one of these.
And the thing that I got from it, each one of these can cause you to be bonded, can cause you to be chained to something. So like
Yeah.
if you like how something tastes, let's say for instance alcohol. Now you bonded to like you are drunk. Like you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If you like gossip, mess, drama, media, if you like to listen to that, you bonded to that. And the same go for the other ones. Like each one of these can keep you trapped to something. And if you don't like pay attention to all of the negative stuff that you're doing around you, it can keep you chained up, bro.
And now that you say that, the way those arrows are pointing, like, it's up to you for it to let it stay in the brain or let it bounce off, or let it go
Facts.
go backwards.
Facts.
And when it goes backwards, it's not being bonded. But if it's staying in there, it's bonded.
Yeah, that's true. I ain't look at it like that. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Hey, and let me speak on that real quick. So, like I was saying, everybody different, but for me, whatever I see, whatever I hear, whatever I touch, no matter if it was good or bad, no, if it's good, you want to keep it, but if it's bad, you don't. But once it hit my brain, it's like it's in there. You know what I'm saying? I could try to make myself forget it. I could try to sleep on it. It's gonna be in there. If I go to sleep and I done heard something and I'm mad, I could wake up and I could say, God say forgive, but I'ma still until time just wind out and I forget about it completely. I'ma still be mad. So that's why, like, for me, that's why I was saying, like, for rap, it's a perfect example why I just stay away from it. The most as I can, cause I probably might do be listening to the beat, but I still hear it, and I just have certain stuff in my head that it just don't need to be in there. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how for me. That's just how I work. But
And I
So
look at everything, with like the seesaw effect. Like, when you're on a seesaw, bro, if you do too much of something, the seesaw just stay down, right? And that's literally, we know that life is balanced. You gotta have good and bad to experience life. Like that's how life goes. But if you giving too much of the bad, of course
it's gonna
you're gonna
stay there.
stay you're gonna stay bonded in that. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna stay trapped in that, just like a seesaw, down to the dirt in it. You know what I mean? So that's how I look at it. Of course, I can't know how to love somebody if I ain't never experienced hate. You know what I mean? So that's how.
True.
Yeah, you go to next. All right, we got some discussion questions. So, what's the hardest truth from God's words you ever had to hear, and how did you change? And how did it change you? What am I choosing to look at daily? Does it fill me with light or darkness? Do I listen more to gossip, negativity, or words that build faith and love? If you could use your five senses to experience God's presence right now, what would you want to see, hear, taste, touch, and smell? Anybody can take that.
I go ahead and get one out the way real quick. If I could use my five senses to experience God presence right now, of course it'll be to see Him.
Yeah,
With me, definitely see Him.
I said the same thing, man. If I could see how Jesus looked, I had said I wanted to use all of them. No, that's just being greedy. You know,
Mm.
if I could see how he looked, if I could hear how God talk, and even just to touch Jesus robe, man, you know what I'm saying? Heal everything that's in my body. I would love to do that. And but of course you can only pick one. But yeah. And do you listen more to gossip and negativity or the words that build faith and love? Lately, I have. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, I used to be a person that I worry about what other people thought. Um, and it was all centered around like what I was listening to. Like just paying attention to like what they call that, doom strolling, just on the internet all day, strolling on everybody's page, seeing what this person doing. Oh, I used to be frustrated if somebody unfollowed me, bro. Like that's childish, really, at the end of the day. So, but there's over there doom strolling, going through people's pages and doing all that. But over time, God took that away from me. I pray to take that away, get me in a better mind space, and to understand that life is bigger than the internet. Uh, what am I choosing to look at daily? Does it fill me with light or darkness? Um, Lately I've been looking at a whole bunch of nutrition and stuff, like trying to eat better. Um, I'm following a couple guys that work out, so it's basically I've been filling my life with light. Yeah, try to do better with life. That's all the ones I got.
Man, I'm gonna do that second one too. What am I choosing to look at daily? um, I be on social media, and I ain't. It's really like I ain't choosing it. Just it catch my eye. But lately, like when I be on social media, you know how they do on social media. But man, I've been seeing a lot of people like wake up, and this one girl I follow. She every morning is like, I'm good or bad. I just want to start. I just want to start my day out. Tell the Lord, I thank you for waking me up. I get on Facebook. It be another girl. She always speak something, about the Lord. Something positive. And I say I ain't even choosing it. It just be coming across to me. So but of course that fill me with light, fill my day up, keep me bright, keep my day bright, keep it positive, even if it's rain and storm, head to work, like still be in a good mood, have a good day, bro. I really, man, I can't say I had a bad day in a long time, bro. For real, for real. Like even the days where most people be complaining, like my day still be good.
You know what I start to notice though? Whenever you don't worry about nothing and stop complaining and stop bickering and moaning and griping,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
your day gonna be a whole lot easier, bro. Like I say, I used to try to like look for stuff. Like when you look, you can find a needle in a haystack if you look hard enough. So
Oh
when
yeah.
you just look for stuff, yeah, your day gonna be messed up, bro.
Oh
You
yeah.
just all day, and that was me. I'm speaking from experience. Like, man, I don't like how this person looking at me, and now it's like a domino effect. your whole day messed up because you started off your day just being a grouch ball, you know?
Right.
Yeah, so if nobody else got nothing, you can slide over.
Right.
I'm gonna say something.
All right, I got you.
My bad, y'all. I ain't been tapped in. I'm out and about. I'm getting Facebook market stuff
Man, it's
for
so
my
happy.
mother-in-law.
I'm so happy to
But
hear your voice.
I've been listening. Look,
I've been seeing you in the text,
but
in the chat.
real quick, before I get to the question, yeah, real quick before I get to the questions though, we was just talking about this probably last night. I was talking about this with my cousin because my other cousin just got married and seemed like a bad situation. Man, my older cousin told him that before he got married that this ain't gonna work out. He looked at the girl, he's looking at the situation. He say you should marry her. It's not gonna work out. And he was complaining. Sure enough, complaining how stuff wasn't going right, and he stressed out and all that. And he was just like, "Yeah, I hear you, bro." And he was telling me about it, and he's saying how everybody's worried about him and all that, but he not. And I was like, I'm not either. I mean, I don't know what they worried about. He was saying like, he made his own decision. He know what he was getting into. We was both agreeing like he gonna learn how to cope. He gonna adjust. It's like he's older. It's not like he a young buck. He 33 years old. He's not at an age where he should be making immature decisions. So we can't really just feel sorry for him. He just gonna have to, he a man. At the end of the day, ain't nobody gonna come save him. Ain't nobody gonna hold his hand. He got it. We can give him advice, but he gonna have to figure it out with
You
with
live and
what
you learn, man.
what he done got himself into. But
He
yeah,
ain't.
and we was talking about. He was saying how he been stressed out about this and that and that, and me and my other cousin, we were just like, yeah, we get it. What he going through, it ain't nothing we ain't been through.
Yeah.
And he was just like, when you go through stressful situations as a man, eventually you learn how to cope with it.
Oh
You
yeah.
you you adjust to it. You adjust to the situation and keep going. So that's just something that he's learning right now as a man. I guess a little bit later on, because I guess I've been married since I was 19. So like I was telling his son, because his son didn't know that I had been married since I was 19. He was like, "You got married at 19?" Because he like 50, like 16. He was like appalled, and I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah, I'm 34, but I'm really like 51." And, and so because I was telling him like, I've been married. Like when you jump into life so fast, you mature fast. So like for instance, my cousin, he's 33, he just got married. I was married at 19, so we might be around the same age, but the maturity, the mind frame is on a whole nother level because I got 4 kids. I've been married about 15 years, and he don't have no kids, and he just got married, not even a year yet. So we talking about the mind states are a lot different, and he got a lot of stuff to learn right now at a different part of time in his life, at a different maturity state. But I get to these questions. What's the hardest truth from God's word you ever had to hear? And how did it change you? That's a hard one because it changed for me. It changed like about a year, 2 years, 3 years. It's something always maybe because as we go through life, it's different things that it might be something that was easy for you at one time, but now it's hard, or it was hard for you at one time, but now it's easy. Because it's like as you continue to go through life, you experience new things, and as you still trying to, follow God, it's certain it's just this life it's always gonna be something new. It's always gonna be something else. Like for example, I guess at one time it was easy, to forgive people. It's nothing. Okay, forgive, he ain't done nothing wrong. But as sometimes, you might hit a spot in life, like I didn't deal with, like I didn't understand how people just couldn't, like, forgive nobody. But now I kind of get it because of things I done been through later on in life. I'm like, dang, it's kind of hard to, just put this aside. It take time now, not that I'm forgiven. Like, I don't have no unforgiveness in my heart right now. I think so, but I understand now how it takes time, to actually forgive somebody sometimes. Because at first I didn't understand how, you could just, how people could hold on to certain things like that. But now I understand because of things I've been through. Like, dang, it's just sometimes it's hard to forgive people. What am I choosing to look at daily? Does it fill me with light or darkness? Man, shoot, I'll be up and down sometimes. Sometimes I'm looking at stuff I'm supposed to be looking at. Sometimes I'm looking at stuff I ain't supposed to be looking at. I can say my discipline ain't where it used to be. I say the majority, of the stuff I'm looking at is filling me with light, you know. But it's some things we still got, you still need to stop listening to, probably need to stop watching, you know. And it's like, it's always something we probably could fix, you know. But I say probably the majority will probably be light. Do I listen more to gossip and negativity or to the words that build faith and love? Oh man, I hate God. I hate gossip. I ain't gonna lie and say sometimes it's not interesting, but I do not like gossip. Anybody will tell you, like my mama will tell you that, my wife will tell you that. Like they come to me trying to tell me you heard that. I don't want to hear it. I don't care what happened. Don't tell me. I be trying to stay positive as possible. I try to always be optimistic. I try to always, act in love at the same time. If you could use your five senses to experience God's presence right now, what, man? Of course, we all want to see God. So the pure in heart to see God. I wish I could really physically see God. If I had to choose one, I wish I could see Him. Spiritually, in a lot of ways, I could probably say that I have experienced God with the five senses as far as His presence, His touch, actually even seeing Him when it comes to not physically, but I guess you could say in the ways that He moved in my life. I could say I've seen Him in that way. I've felt Him in that way. I've heard Him in that way when I've been in certain when I prayed and I've been in His Word, and I acted on what I thought what I was feeling like I heard, and it actually came to pass. I could say I heard Him in that way, but actually, physically seeing Him, and like Buck say, he wish he could use all his senses. I wish I could just use all my senses to see, touch Him, hear Him, taste Him, smell Him, all that. I can't wait. Me and my wife was talking about that this morning. We was talking about that, how we at like a place right now where it's just like so much happening, and it's at a place where we kind of exhausted. You know what I'm saying? It's at a place where it's just like I'm ready for Jesus to come back. We just tired of seeing. We tired of all this negativity, all this darkness. We just want to see God. We want Him to come back, and we just want all this to be over with. We ready to go to heaven. Like we ready to be in the presence of God at all times. We ready for it to be peace, love, and all the time. For it to be no fear. You know what I'm saying? For it to be no darkness, no negativity. We ready for that right now. And I feel like that's what everybody should be. I feel like that's what everybody should be. We should be fed up with this negativity, with all this darkness. It comes to a point where where it's kind of, you just get grieved by it. You know what I'm saying? Like when you hear certain things, like y'all was talking about the music. Like we talking about the rap music, it's crazy how all of us getting really tired of this rap music because it's ridiculous, bro. Like we really getting tired of hearing it. It's like I'm tired of it. I mean, y'all talk about it. We all tired of hearing this rap music. A lot of people been talking about that. Like I've been trying to look for other avenues. I've been listening to like others, like like alternative type pop music, like something with a different message. I didn't even got tired of listening to certain Christian rap. It's so crazy because they be trying to be so much like the world. They not really even feeding me. You know what I'm saying? Afro beats be good too. I like Afro beats. But it's even certain Christian music that's not they not even feeding your spirit no more. You know,
Hey, Julie,
yeah, yeah.
if I play something you don't like, let me know.
Oh, but what you mean?
Nah, I'm
You
just joking.
crazy?
I'm just joking.
Oh yeah. But nah, I'm just saying like it's just getting harder and harder out here. And the influence of the world is being put on any and everything, even God's people. You know, and what's supposed to be God's is being influenced by the world. You know, but yeah, that's all I got.
Man, y'all boys got me smiling from ear to ear, man. I can't even answer a question right now. Like, uh, crazy. I'm literally gonna lay down and watch this again tonight. Like, I got to.
And the crazy thing about it, we still got more. So, but I was just writing you saying I don't know if we can finish it all tonight, but you can go to the next slide. So, spiritual growth plus inner peace plus continuous searching. You can slide. Habits are repeated behaviors or actions that we do regularly, often without thinking. They can be positive, neutral, or negative. Over time, they shape our character, health, and life outcomes. You can go to the next. So we got a list of do's and don'ts, man. This is what we need to be trying to do more of and less of. So we need to try to be disciplined. Uh, have your finances in order, control your emotions, be fearless, courageous leaders, do what you say you're going to do, strengthen your mind and your influence. A lot of don'ts. We don't need to be gossiping. We need to. We don't need to stay chained to bad habits. We don't need to lie on others. We don't need to have too much pride. We don't need to hold on to anger. We don't need to neglect God, and we don't need to hurt people you love. Master your senses instead of letting them master you. Go on to the next. So we got some more questions, and that'll be it. Okay, which one? What's one manly trait you admire in others and want to grow in yourself? What does it look like to be friend or mentor who builds up other men? What's one small daily habit you could start today that will strengthen your walk with Christ? What is one bad habit or sin that has crept into your life, and what's your plan to overcome it? I'll let y'all get it.
I'll touch on the last one. It's kind of not like a physical aspect, but I feel like I have had a battle with this for a while. Like time, bro. It's like time is something that just has had my mind set to like I don't have time to do something or I don't have time to, do this or do that. So I've been kind of trying to, plan better, stay segmented with things, keeping certain things at a limit because, like, say for instance, like you get on social media scrolling, you'll be scrolling and you don't realize that a whole hour or two just passed. So I've had a battle with time, man. So I've been trying to focus on that, and my plan to overcome it has been kind of just keeping a lot of things at bare minimum that have took way too much of my time. So yeah, I'm just touching on that one.
Yeah, I'll get a third one a shot. Um, what's one small daily habit you can start today that will strengthen your walk with Christ? This man, habits of just showing love, opening the door for people, you know, be slow to react whenever stuff is getting on my nerves. Just try to react with love. Even if I do get triggered and it does get on my nerve, you can always come back and say, well, I didn't mean to answer it this way. I'm sorry, and try to resolve the argument. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like Christ like is just basically just providing love to everybody that's just around you. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. All right. Anybody else got something to go on with this one? If not, we can slide on to the next.
Yeah, I'm gonna touch on that third one real quick. One small daily habit you can start today that will strengthen your walk with Christ. For me, just man, giving 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 my problems to Christ really.
That's a
You
good one.
know, I got a habit of trying to do it myself, you know what I'm saying? I just got a habit of trying to do it myself till I hit that point where I ain't got no other option but to, you know what I'm saying, give it to Christ. But yeah, just starting to not put so much in the stuff that I can't control and just go and give it to Christ.
Man, I ain't think of that. That's a good one, man. That's a real good one.
And that I just want to squeeze one thing in, and that second one speaks for itself, man. It's us who are here today. We are mentors. We are friends. And we are here building up one another. So that second one speaks volumes to everybody that's here right now. So yeah.
True. It's a good one.
All right, if nobody else got nothing, we can get it out here with prayer, man. All right, this week, man, we're gonna try to be mindful of what we see, hear, taste, touch, and smell. Notice your bad habits, fix them. That's what real men do. Okay, so Heavenly Father, I pray that we all aware of our bad decisions and we correct them. I ask that you please put great habits into our life. Make us have us to understand that we are bigger than our problems, and every day, if we take good steps towards getting better, it will be all right. In Jesus' name, I pray. Amen.
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 Y'all have a
Man,
good one, man.
good job,
You
Good
Charles.
Good
job.
job, Charles. Yes,
Ah,
sir.
I
Yeah, you,
tried, man. I tried, man. So
you
it
did
was
good.
all God and it was all my brothers, man. That's what it was.
That was awesome, man.
Yeah.
great job.
Yeah, man. Y'all have a good. Oh, what's up, Sean? Yeah. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Yeah, man. Y'all have a great weekend. Well, a great week to see y'all on Wednesday, man.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, fellas.
Yes,
All right,
sir.
fellas.
I got you.